joined myself and Matt down at Linear Fisheries for 24 hours. Now, we pulled up just after around 3 o'clock and we'd done a lap of St John's, and yeah, it was very busy, as you can expect. So we are now on Hardwick Smiths, and we have come down, found a couple of swims close together because it is more of a social than anything else. But more importantly, we have found fish boshing out left, right and centre right in front of these two swims, 25-30 yards out, if that. So we're mega happy that we've managed to get two swims together, and we are on fish as well. So I've absolutely no idea what swim numbers they are, what part of, you know, if they got any special names or anything like that. I don't come to Linear at all, so all I know is that we are yeah, we're in an area where there are fish showing, so we are really happy. It is raining, so I'm going to keep this really short. Need to get that lot unloaded, get the bivvy up quickly before we get drenched through, before we've even started. I've got a little zig with me as well, and yeah, I'm really looking to see what the next 24 hours has in store. But oh yeah, buzzing to get going. So let's get this bivvy up, get some rods sorted, and fingers crossed we can make something happen over the next 24 hours. As you can see there, as the deeper has landed in the water, 16 foot beyond where I've sort of clipped up my the chirp to. So it's gone from 16 foot up to sort of 15s, up to the 14s, up to the 13s, and one is just literally boshed out right in front of me. Still on the 13s. And then it comes up to the 12s. So, you know, you're talking 4 foot difference in this into what I'm calling the sweet spot, where I reckon that I'm going to have the best chance of getting a bite. You know, it's 12-3. So you're talking nearly 4 foot difference on this spot, and then it starts to drop down off the other side into some weed. But yeah, that area there is absolutely bang on for a bite. It's raised, it's 4 foot difference off the back of it. It's a nice size, absolutely clean as you like. Nice and bright yellow, indicates a real nice hard firm bottom. Very thin layer of silt, as you can see just on the sort of purple line. So absolutely bang on for a solid bag. The evening's drawn on. Me and Matt have both decided we're going to stick some bait out, just because of the sheer numbers of shows that we've seen in front of this water throughout the course of the afternoon. And we've got 12 foot of water to play with as well, so we're going to try and draw them down with some bait, and yeah, hopefully nick a bite or two from that. So I'm just knocking up a mix now. It is starting to rain again, so I'm going in with red Creamino and Monster Red pellets. Going in with the same boilies, crushing them down with me crusher. Just getting 5 or 6 in the handheld crusher, giving them a squeeze down the shelf life so nice and soft, and then just getting it in there in the lid with the rest of it as well. And then what I'll do with that is just give it a tin of sweet corn juices as well, just to let it seep into that crushed boilie, coat and soften up those pellets. And just, yeah, hopefully a bit of yellow and that down there. Maximum leakage and attraction from those pellets and those crushed boilies might just do the trick. So as I say, the rain is coming down. I need to get the camera away, get this bait out, and then get the rod sorted for the night. the leadless leader like I've been using recently, 2.5 ounce inline lead, short 3.5 inch rig, quick change swivel under there, under a nice little anti-tangle sleeve. Just allows me to get that rig off nice and quickly, get it changed over if I need to. Nice big size 4 quarter basics hook, micro barbed, no shrink tubing as you'll see on the eye, because they have got quite an aggressive intern die, so I don't feel that there's any need to add any more shrink tubing. That's tied knotless knot down the back of the shank of the hook, a little bit of shrink tubing just to keep that hair in place. Easily slides up the back of the rig, so enough for the fish to sort of blow the bait back and force that hook in nice and deep. And on the flip reverse of that also will tell me if I've been done as well. So yeah, if I kind of reel in and maybe I've had a few bleeps or something like that, or you know, what I may have thought was a liner or something, and the shrink tube is at the back of the hook right up by the whipping, then I know that I've been done, because there's no other reason for that to be up there. There's just enough force in that shrink tube to keep that hair in place. It'll be just let down like that. The wafter will just be hovering above it, in and amongst the pellet from the solid bag, and hopefully that'll be sucked up by Mr. Carp. What I'm going to do is go in with 2 pink sea monsters like so, my ever faithful sea monster wafters, my go-to solid bag hook bait choice, as you can see by the actual pot being rather limited now, getting right down to less than 50% left. And then what I'm going to do is go in with a yellow one as well. I haven't really given these a fair crack of the whip. You know, it's one of them where you get confident in one hook bait and you just go all out on those because you just got complete confidence in them. But because I've got sweet corn in the mix, I'm going to stick one of the yellow sea monster wafters on there as well. So exactly the same in size, smell, everything, just obviously these are yellow and not the pink. So I'm going to go 2 with the pink, 1 on the yellow. I've baited up, I've got it out there. I just need to knock these solid bags up, flick them out for the night and get that barbecue on the go. Rain's finally stopped, managed to get 3 rods out, 3 solid bags. I've had a tidy up of the bank sticks as well, because yeah, they were just here, there and everywhere. It just looked an absolute mess, pretty much like the state of the bivvy at the moment as well. But they've gone out, wrapped them up all at the same distance, spom, rod at exactly the same distance. So I'm fishing 3 solid bags, mega tight to one another. It's exactly where I concentrated all of my bait as well. So left, right and middle have gone out absolutely bang on. To start with, I put one left, 1 right typically, and I thought, well, you know, I've got to drop this one in the middle straight between these other 2, and it went out absolutely bang on as well. So yeah, those 3 rods all went out first cast, absolutely bang on, hit the clip and everything. So yeah, I couldn't be happier, to be quite honest, to just sit on them for yeah, the next sort of 3 or 4 hours. Caused a little bit of disturbance, obviously putting some bait out and stuff, but the shows did sort of die off anyway. But in the last sort of 15-20 minutes we've started to see one or 2 more shows just off the back of us, so it doesn't seem like they've gone far. They may well have just pushed back into that area of water where you see like the shadow of the sort of spit there. They just maybe just push a little bit back into that sort of water where there is no pressure, and then hopefully we can just allow them to come back over us over that 12 foot spot and get their heads down on that bait that we've put out. So yeah, fingers crossed, but I can't do any more. Got bait out, I found the sweet spot, the rods are on the dance floor, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can do for the moment. We will yeah, just sort of see how things go through the rest of the evening. Matt, on the other hand, has managed to get the barbie going this time, rather than having to wait for about 5 hours last time we cracked that barbecue open. The coals just did not want to start burning, so that's looking good down there. So I'm going to be getting fed shortly. Hopefully the fish are up for a feed, and we can stick 1 or 2 in front of the camera over the yeah, the course of this 24-hour session. So I'll leave it there until it's sort of getting dark, tuck into some food, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later on. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Oh, good morning. It is sort of just after 4:30. It has just rained relentlessly for about the last 8 or 9 hours, all night, just full on. We had flickers of lightning, we had rumbles of thunder, and yeah, it has just been battering it down all night. But I am not complaining, because I have just slipped one in the retainer whilst I get myself sorted. They are still boshing out there, and yeah, there's a chance that there may be 1 or 2 more through the course of the morning. Yeah, left-hander, which I've already got straight back out because I didn't want to waste any time not having 3 on the dance floor. And not only that, it was the yellow sea monster that was on that rod and the one that done me the bite, whereas the other 2 are both on pink. So I wanted to waste no time in getting that rod straight back out. So I've got the fish sorted. He's just sat in the retainer nicely there, nice and comfortable, whilst I get the mat and everything else sorted. And I wanted to make sure that I had that net ready as well, just in case one of these 3 go rattling off whilst I'm yeah, whilst I'm sorting everything else out. But oh yeah, what a great start to the morning. It's a nice mirror, scaly one, so really looking forward to getting it out on the mat for you. It is a real sort of misty morning, as you can expect. It's just been real sort of humid all night, really sticky, loads of rain. But yeah, it's looking good out there, and like I say, they are still boshing out there as well, so fingers crossed 1 or 2 might still be in the area and up for a feed this morning. So I'm going to get the waders on, get everything sorted, because yeah, everything is just drenched, and we'll get this fish out on the mat and we'll have another look. Come on. So he's been on the scales, just 18 pound an ounces. But this is a typical Hardwick Smith stamp fish. Nice, dark back, scaly, and just yeah, the perfect carp if you ever wanted to catch one. That was on the yellow sea monster in a solid bag that had been out since what, 8 o'clock last night. I'd never used those yellow ones before, so I definitely thought it was worth a go putting one of the bags on it, with obviously the corn in the mix that I put out as well, and I'm glad I did. There we go then, that is the other side. 18 pounds, Hardwick Smiths, absolute stunner. Just going to get a few photos slipping back. The rods are on the dance floor. Let's hope there's time for a few more yet. Right, well, that is all 3 rods freshened back up. I've put 2 on the yellow now, 1 on the pink, just because obviously I've got that bite. Whether there's anything in it or not, I don't know. Obviously light levels will be completely different from, you know, daytime to nighttime, but it's just obviously a confidence thing. I've had a bite on one colour, why not chuck 2 of them on the same colour and try and maximise bite chances. What I'm going to do is just leave those rods for the next few hours really, just see how the morning pans out. It's still very early, it's not even 7 o'clock yet, still fish showing, so just gonna leave it until the temperature just picks up a little bit. It's going to be pushing up to 20-21 degrees again, very similar to yesterday, real sort of humid, sticky. So I think what I'm going to do is switch maybe all 3 rods to the zigs. So just going to give it, like I say, next 2 or 3 hours, around sort of 9-10 o'clock, something like that. See if we manage to nick one off the bottom, and if not, then try and maximise that sort of top 6 foot of the water, because that's definitely, I think, where they're going to be once that sort of warmth and that sun starts to make an appearance. But yeah, it's looking grey, overcast, but they're still out there. They haven't gone far at all, so everything to play for. 3 rods are freshened up, 3 fresh solid bags. Just sit on our hands for a few hours, and then we'll ring some changes to try and make it happen. Seen, I don't know, 2 shows, 3 shows through the course of the day, and yeah, just really it's just died off completely. We've had sort of sporadic showers throughout the day, we've had sunshine, we've had the wind, which is still absolutely sort of hacking into our faces. We've had it all really, but yeah, it's just been uneventful. So even the video footage has been really hard to come by. You know, it's not really giving us much inspiration for the camera or anything like that. So yeah, sorry about the lack of footage obviously through the day. As you can see, the barrow is pretty much 90% loaded, all bar the rods. So I'm going to call it a day there with the video camera, at least, unless an absolute miracle happens in the next half an hour or so. Thanks for watching. It's been nice to catch up with Matt, and that was the main aim of this session really, is to have a catch up. We haven't fished with each other for quite a while now, so it's good to have a barbecue last night, a couple of ciders, even though it got sort of cut short by the relentless rain that just yeah, came down from sort of 9 o'clock onwards all through the night. And yeah, it is what it is, but it was nice to, like I say, it's nice to get out, and it was nice to stick a fish on the mat as well. But yeah, it's looking pretty dead out there, so I think we're gonna, like I say, call it a day, get ourselves off home, and we've got a few ideas for possible other, a couple of other catch-ups, a couple of other socials, which I'm going to look into tomorrow. So thanks for watching. As always, come and get in touch over on my social media. As always, you know, come and say hello, ask me any questions, any of that business. Thanks for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, leave me a comment below, all that jazz. You've heard it all before. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you next time I am out on the bank.